If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or anything gaming related, check the referral links down in the description. They'll take you to g2a.com. They already have a discount on most of their goods already, and with the code CHES at checkout, you can get yourself an extra 3% off as well.
Hey guys, how's it going? Ches back again, and welcome to episode number 112 of the Career Mode Road to Glory here on FIFA 15. We start with Premier League action as per usual, at home this time against Derby County, recently promoted from the Championship, currently sat 13th in the league after 4 games, so you would presume 4 draws, although it could obviously be a win, a draw and 2 defeats, but we currently sit in the European spots at present, actually giving the youngster Fabian Torres a run out in this one, in goal of course, so not really a run out I suppose, but he's going to be starting in this one. Obviously, unfortunately called up to the first team despite the fact that I didn't really want him in the first team yet. I wanted to wait till he took the bump in overall in May, but if he's in the first team I might as well play him to try and get him some first team football to hopefully help him improve and become our #1 goalkeeper for the next season. Obviously we have another youngster in the squad, another youngster in our youth squad that could potentially fill that void as well. So it's going to be a battle between Fabian Torres in the first team and a battle between Fabian Lopez in the youth squad. But Torres gets off to a good save there actually, and it keeps throwing me off. Whenever I see F Torres, I just keep thinking of Fernando, and obviously it's not, it's Fabian. So I may stumble over that a couple of times before I get used to this particular player being in my lineup. But some good saves, as you can see. He's 6'4", Fabian Torres. And he's got really strong arms, as you can see there, batting away those 2 saves. He doesn't have the best of stats. He's only 60 overall, and yeah, I think he's got diving of 62, reflexes of 60, and a positioning of 59. I think he's not that good right now, but as you can see, making important saves and decent saves at that. But Dentinho gets it out to Will Hughes here, gets around me, good shot off the post, and unfortunately it drops straight to Johnny Russell. Nothing the goalkeeper or the defence could do about that. It's a decent shot and then a lucky rebound off the woodwork, although as you could tell from the opening few highlights, Derby definitely were on top. But as we started the second half, the action continued at this end of the pitch, which of course meant that we were on top, trying to get ourselves an equaliser, and Georgiev did exactly that. On his right foot, of course, he is left-footed, the Bulgarian, but he does really well there to turn the defender and then slot it into the bottom corner after showing great strength. And he's been good for us so far. Casada, though, been slightly disappointing so far this season, which is unexpected. He is, of course, one of our better strikers, but he's been particularly uninspiring this year alongside Georgiev. And actually, the new guy that's come in, Takalo Ranti, has actually been upstaging him slightly. He isn't in the starting lineup for this game, but he might be forcing his way into the starting lineup for the next couple of games, or maybe even not. It's not a case of him forcing his way into the starting lineup. It's more a case of Casada allowing him into the starting lineup by not putting in the performances himself. But we're trying to get ourselves a winner here if we can. Jack Grealish getting around the outside the defender. He's going to have the shot, looking for that near post OP. Unfortunately, all he found was the post and no OP shot, because he went out for a goal kick, and that was the closest either side was going to come to a winner. So we get a point at home against Derby. After the first half performance, I would have leapt at a point. After the second half performance, I was disappointed not to have gotten a win. So I guess a draw was a fair result. But we jump into the next game of the episode, which is in the Capital One Cup, away from home this time against Coventry City. Now, if you remember from the last episode and the last round of this competition, we kind of scraped through in extra time against very much so lesser opposition. And Coventry are much better than, was it Colchester I think we played? No, Chesterfield in the previous round. And they've got a couple of good players in there, including Madison up top, the striker. So it's going to be a task to try and keep them out offensively whilst trying to score ourselves. We've got Fabian Torres in goal again, as you can see there, playing him in all cup competitions this year, just to try and help him grow. Full rotation side apart from Georgiev, because of course Kevin Schmidt is still out injured, and unfortunately I'm having to play one of my main strikers in every single game. So fitness for my strikers at present is slightly off where I would like it to be, but obviously with the form that Ranti's been in and the form that Fabian Torres is in, I'm not too worried about playing them in every game at present. Although obviously the sooner Kevin Schmidt gets back, the better, because games will get more and more frequent as we head through the season. We actually have kind of a week in between each game at this stage, and they kind of become more and more congested as you get further through the season, which is stereotypically with this series where we tend to fall off the pace when games start to come thick and fast. But we did get ourselves 1-0 up there through Ranti. Really nice turn here from Georgiev. Obviously, like I say, he is left-footed, but unfortunately Ranti gets in the way this time and stops the shot from going in on goal and potentially giving us a comfortable 2-0 lead. Not the best of touches there from Ranti, but again, not the best of clearances. And then Gabbiadini runs into the defender, wins the physical battle. Georgiev just tries to take it early and try and sneak it in that bottom corner. The goalkeeper was rooted to his spot, but it didn't quite work. So in the second half, I made a couple of changes to the centre midfield, bringing on Luke Berry and Francisco Signorelli in both of the centre mid spots to try and give us some fresh legs in the middle to not only try and hold Coventry out, but create stuff going forward. And that's exactly what Luke Berry did there, stealing it off the opposition. Nice turn here by Takelo Ranti. Turns his side, always going to finish that. He has the highest finishing of any of our strikers at the club right now, and that's 2 goals for him in this game, and I think that's 5 in 5 for him at this particular stage of his career here at Cambridge United. So definitely is starting to force his way into the first team if you consider the rather insignificant form of Fabian Cassada so far. And the way Georgiev has been playing, I expected him to put that in the back of the net as well. Fortunately though, it didn't cost us anything, and we were able to progress through to the next round of the Capital One Cup, where interestingly we'll face today's earlier opponents, Derby County, in the 4th round, I believe it is, that we'll be involved in. But the 3rd game in this episode is away from home at Anfield against Liverpool. Obviously one of the strongest teams in the division. They currently sit above us. I'm not really too sure how. It must be on goals scored rather than obviously points or goal difference, because we both played 5. Both got 11 points and got goal difference of +3. Starting Fabio Barini through the middle with Asaidi and Markovic out wide of him. And they got Andre Wisdom at right back with Skirtle and Coates in the middle. So it's not that recognisable a Liverpool side, to be completely honest, with the one that obviously they're playing in real life these days. But we're back to our full strength with the first team. Cassada and Georgiev playing in this one. Ranti was slightly tired from the game against Coventry. Otherwise I would have played him in this one, because clearly he's in some good form right now. But unfortunately, Liverpool are going to have the better of the opening few chances, similar to the Derby game. Lucas is going to have the ball here. Nice ball out wide to Andre Wisdom. Was expecting him to go down the line and cross it in, but he doesn't. Goes into Barini. Nice turn by him. Takes his time to take the shot, sets himself properly, and that kind of gives the goalkeeper some extra time to make the save. Obviously, he was starting Kieran Westwood in goal this time. Our out-and-out definite number 1. He's like +14 ratings better than any other goalkeeper we have at the club right now, and very much so worth the £2 million we paid for him. But he was called upon there, missed the ball, but fortunately for us, Lucas Leiva isn't the best when it comes to his finishing, and it hit the post and went out for a goal kick. So I was kind of relieved there, but we're still on the back foot in the first half. As you can see, Liverpool continuing to come forward. Emre Can this time pushing forward from midfield, trying to cut us open, gets it into Jordan Henderson. That twist of the hips there completely sold me, and I was going to go to the right, and then he twisted back to the left and rifled it into the top corner from the edge of the box. A very, very good goal from Jordan Henderson, and unfortunately that puts us 1-0 down. And we didn't look like we were going to get anything from this game, but as we grew into the second half, we started to get a couple of chances. A little bit cheeky there with Georgiev, trying to flick it with kind of his back heel as the ball went through his legs. Didn't quite come off, and I brought on Ranti onto the pitch. As you can see, he came on for Cassada, and he's going to be involved here again. Gabbiadini gets it into Aguadar, gets it into Ranti. Bit of burst of pace. Obviously, he's got 90+ pace on his I guess on his card, but it's not Ultimate Team, is it? But he's got 92 pace and 92 sprint speed, 93 acceleration, I think. But obviously having a very good shot there. It was bending in towards goal. It just didn't quite bend it enough. But he was going to be involved in the next move here. As you can see, spraying it out wide to Jenkins Chikoe. Not really too much space there, but Ranti has the shot again, and it's well saved down low by Simon Mignolet to palm it out for a corner. And we were definitely growing in confidence in this second half, thanks to the introduction of Takelo Ranti. He really does give me that extra little bit of boost. And the ball was spilled there by Simon Mignolet. It drops to the edge of the box to, you guessed who, Takelo Ranti, and he smashes it top corner. A gorgeous finesse shot, just lifts it over the defender in front of him. Not really too sure what Skelter's clearance was on about, but just lifts it there in front of the defender in front of him, and into the top corner it goes to make it Liverpool 1, Cambridge United 1, and we avoid defeat against Derby, and we avoid defeat against Liverpool thanks to two very strong second half performances. All we've got to do now is put together that particular performance for the entirety of the 90 minutes, and you never know what sort of season we could have. Currently, though, sat fourth in a Champions League spot, so I will take it. I will definitely take it, but still level on points with Liverpool, obviously, and they are ahead of us on goals scored, as you can see. They've scored 9. We've scored 7, although we have conceded less than them, which is why the goal difference is the same. But currently, the two North London clubs lead the way, although there are 5 teams that are unbeaten so far in the league. Chelsea down in 9th, having won 2, drawn 2 and lost 2. Man United down in 12th. And where are Manchester City? Manchester City are down in 15th position. So there's definitely loads of teams below us that are going to threaten towards the end of the season. They're going to go on a nice run, you would presume, and get themselves back up towards the top of the table. And you'd expect teams like Crystal Palace, West Brom and Hull to kind of drop off the pace as the season progresses. But right now, well, you'd expect us to perhaps to be one of the teams that drops off the pace as well. But right now, we will push further into the series. And of course, that next episode will be up for you tomorrow, as well as another episode of the My Player series as well, which went up earlier on this afternoon. If you want to check the channel page for that, I will be streaming FIFA 15 over on twitch.tv/Chesnoid Gaming tonight. There'll be links in the description down below, and also check the description for links to my Twitter, to my Instagram, to my Facebook if you want to follow me on any of those as well. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.